Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, as you can tell, I'm back in my truck. I got my truck fixed. Well, my cousin got my truck fixed. I guess, if you ain't seen one of my previous videos, I talked about, I guess 6.7s are common for the vacuum pump to loosen up and start leaking. And that's what my issue was on this thing. A couple bolts backed out and just slowly started leaking. So, glad I caught it before it all the way backed out and I had a disaster. But he got that all fixed and I got a brand new serpentine belt and I had him throw it on too. So I think it's all ready to go. And you know what? Having him do the work took a lot of stress off my shoulders because he didn't charge me too much. So glad to have no people around that can get stuff done for me. So I'm glad to have my truck back. That means I can go buy some more tratters and get some more good videos coming out for you guys. So yesterday I did film a really good video for you guys, so make sure to stay tuned to the channel for that. It'll be coming up hopefully this week. It's involving a lot of editing because it's gonna be a good one. So make sure to stay tuned to the channel. If you aren't already, hit that subscribe button. But yeah, right now I got my parts packaged. I'm headed to town to deliver them, and then I need to pick up some more 2x4s that are 8 foot long because I didn't want to put them in the chick getter, as I showed you guys in my previous video too. But I already picked up some more screws, so I need to get some more 2x4s that are 8 foot long, so I can finish up my shelves. And then the 7020 Alice that I sold on auction time should be getting picked up this evening or in the morning. Not sure yet. So that'll maybe be probably not in this video. It probably won't be in a video at all. But that should be leaving. And I got some interest in the 7060 that I hauled in for Polks. The D19 I hauled in for Polks. The motor sold and the trans is waiting to be picked up. So there ain't very many parts left. What is left will be on eBay very shortly. So yeah, I guess before we get any farther into today's video, I need to read a Bible verse over you guys. And my Bible's still in the chick getter, so I'm gonna have to read another Bible verse off my phone. But today we're gonna be reading out of 1 John chapter 2 verse 9. And it says, if anyone claims I am living in the light but hates a fellow believer, that person is still living in darkness. So there's today's Bible verse for you guys. Once I get my chick getter back, I will read a few more Bible verses over you guys instead of just one, because I know you guys enjoy them. So yeah, that's that. There's a filter sale going on at Napa right now, so I'm probably gonna stop in there too and grab a bunch of filters. So I guess I'm gonna set you guys down for now. Maybe get some shots of the scenery and then pick you guys up when I get back on home. Made it back home, and my chick getter's back home too, so that's sweet. Moved the 7060 when I got home, and the 7020. Hopefully it goes bye-bye this evening or in the morning. And then made it home in my truck, and it seems to be fixed. I haven't seen no leaks or anything. I did get some coolant because he had to drain the coolant. So I got some coolant just to top it off, and then it's due for an oil change. So I went ahead and got some oil and a filter for it. I'm gonna change it here today because on Wednesday I have to leave bright and early in the morning to head up to northern Illinois, which is about a 4.5 hour drive, to look at something. Sounds pretty sweet. Sounds like a lot of junk. So got to get my truck all ready to go for that, and get my trailer all ready to go as well. But made it home with the 2x4s that are 8 foot long and some filters. Napa's filter sale going on right now, so I ordered a ton of filters to get them cheap, so then when I work on people's stuff I have filters, and when I get tractors and that need oil changes I have filters. So I guess what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna fire my skid steer up. I'm gonna get the 2x4s out of my truck and take them to the container so I can keep on building my shelves, and then I'm gonna pull my truck up to the garage and get to changing the oil. All right, so we got the oil drained, so we need to put this plug back in here. That, and then we need to pull this old filter out. Now some people like to poke a hole in the bottom of them to drain the oil out, and I'm not that kind of person. I like to get all messy. So it's a little tighter than hand tight, so I'm gonna grab my pliers. These pliers right here, best pliers on the market. Buy them off Snap-on truck, they're Blue Point, and they'll get anything, any filter off. She just put it on there good. Huh. Try that. There we go. A bucket. We're gonna make a mess here. And there it goes. And in my truck here, I go to Ford and get 15W40 Motorcraft oil. And then I got a filter here, and it's a FL2124S. So that's what I use. I'm gonna set you guys on time-lapse mode and get this all wrapped up. Oil is changed, and I'll accidentally overfilled the coolant tank. So I'm hoping once the truck cools down, it goes to the cold line. If not, I'll drain some of it out, even though it leaks it out of this reservoir here, because there's like an O-ring or something bad on the bottom of this tank. But it's not really too big of an issue because there's that coolant tank and the radiator full. So I just fill it up every once in a while when it needs coolant. But topped off the oil after I turn the time lapse off. It takes about 13 quarts or 2.5 gallon. And then I did go ahead and fill the filter with oil, just because, I don't know, it's an upright filter, so I can fill it full. And I did make sure to put oil around the gasket. You want to make sure to put oil on the gasket of any oil filter when you go to change it, and go from there. So the oil's changed, new oil's in, it is ready to go. So this project's wrapped up for today. Tomorrow I'll hook my trailer up and get it all ready. But I think the rest of the day here, I'm gonna head out to the barn and picture some parts to get them on eBay, and then finish building up my shelves. So I guess I told you guys I wouldn't film building my shelves, but I guess I'll throw you guys on the tripod for a few minutes and get to building some shelves. Ta-da! There we go. About 2 hours worth of work just in this one shelf. But hey, what are you gonna do when you can't find no help? If I had someone to help me, it probably took half the time. But it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So yeah, the rest of the way down I'm gonna do 3 shelves on both sides. The only reason I did 2 here was to fit heads and the heavy stuff underneath it. So the rest of the shelves are gonna look like this. So here's what it looks like. And yeah, I guess it takes about 2 hours for each section to cut everything and then get it all put together. I did, as you guys seen in the beginning of the video, pick up more 8-foot 2x4s. And I've already used 4 of them. So now I only got 4, 5, 8 of them. 8. I used 4, I got 15. So I have 11 left. So that'll get me a couple more sections, and then I'll see how many 12-footers I have left after I get these 8-footers done, and see how much plywood I have left, and then just calculate what I'm gonna need and make one more trip to Kramer and get this project finished up. So probably ain't gonna be a video tomorrow unless I get this one video all edited, but it'll probably be like a Wednesday or some other time throughout the week before I get it all done. So make sure to stay tuned for the next video, because you guys are not gonna want to miss it. And I think, yeah, this is gonna be a wrap for today's video. Just because it's supposed to rain tomorrow and the next day. So I'm gonna just drag the wood in here and put a few other things in here and get the list of my parts on eBay. So, which that's just the rest of what's left from the D19, and then what's left from a couple skid steers I just parted out. So, yeah, as you guys can tell. And just some other miscellaneous parts I had laying around, which I still have a bunch of miscellaneous parts laying around. But I'll get to that another day. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button for me. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, like I said, you ain't gonna want to miss the next one. So make sure to stay tuned. And yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.